Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, Pirate Nation. Hope that you are doing quite well. We are in the midst of enrollment season, and who doesn't love enrollment season? Parents across the district are looking for, of course, great ways or great schools to educate their children. And what other great way to educate your child than by attending Paul Public Charter School? I, of course, talk about Paul all the time. My name is Dr. Clarkson, but you've probably heard enough of my voice. But it'll be really great to hear insight from one of our Paul parents. So I'm going to bring up to our stage Miss Wood. Miss Wood, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good on this end. You know, we are ready for enrollment season here. Enrollment season officially kicked off April 3rd. So we know that we have parents that are looking for really great school choices, and you're one of our Paul parents. So I guess I want to open up with this question, which is how long have you been at Paul?
I have been at Paul since my daughter was in the seventh grade, and
Wow, so since middle school.
so middle school, and she's currently in 10th grade now. She'll be going to 11th grade next year.
Nice, nice. So when we talk about how parents have all these various options in, of course, the nation's capital, what attracted you to Paul?
So I'm actually a DC native. I
Mhm.
grew up here, and a part of me growing up here, I always wanted to go to Paul.
Really?
I actually moved away before middle school. But if I had stayed in the area, Paul would have been the school choice for my parents. Paul is a great school. The location, my daughter always talks about how the ease of getting to Paul, how she feels safe when she's there. Another reason why I chose Paul was because of the great programs that Paul offers,
Mhm.
and in selection of schools, she moved there in the middle of like in transition of middle school.
Right.
And one of the great things that I enjoyed from Paul is that they continued on to high school, and so there was no transition needed after middle school between middle school and high school.
So
Um,
she
I,
went so she
mhm,
went from the blue hallway just right on over from the yellow hallway all the way on over to the blue hallway with
yes,
no issues.
yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
I mhm.
go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I appreciated the fact that where she started would be the place that she graduated from,
Mm,
so that the teachers and the leadership would learn her and learn her needs as a student from middle school and the transition on to high school. Because there is a big transition between middle school and high school.
there
I felt
is.
I felt that that transition, family oriented background would give her the best situation for success going forward. She would feel comfortable there. She would know the school. She would know the leadership, and then she would be able to grow and kind of expand herself with the different programs that Paul offered throughout the years.
Now you've talked about all these programs that your scholar has involved himself in at Paul. What would you say is one of the leading programs that your scholar seems to enjoy the most at Paul?
So right now she's enrolled in the first dual enrollment cohort between Paul and Trinity.
Nice.
Um, yes, she was selected last year in her ninth grade year. We went through the orientation process, and then this year the program actually rolled out. The program is amazing. The way Paul has it set up, the students at the end of their school day, they are transported to Paul and they have a cohort. So whether it's nursing, cybersecurity, I think there are like two other programs that are involved. The scholar has the option of continuing out their program from 10th grade to their senior year. And
Right.
then also within that program, there's an internship, I believe the summer of their senior year,
Correct.
where they actually get to do more hands-on. I appreciate the program because it also offers the students the first experience to be open to college teachers and professors and how
Right.
college is kind of different than high school, and it kind of transitioned them to know and to understand like the different requirements from high school to college. I She thoroughly enjoys that program, and I'm grateful that Paul actually offers that program.
That's one of the keystone programs that we do have here at Paul.
Yeah.
Now, all the things that, of course, once again, we're in the middle of enrollment season. Parents are looking for what is a great school. If you were talking to any parent that's in the district, what would you say to a parent that is considering Paul as an option?
In considering Paul as an option, I will look at the overall picture. Like I mentioned
Mhm.
in the previous conversations that we had, Paul does go from middle school to high school. So if you have a middle schooler, once they're into Paul, they can transition and grow within the school. I think
Mm,
that's amazing. The scholar also will have the chance to not only grow. academically, but also grow social skills. And I believe that Paul has the foundation and the good structure set up for students to have that opportunity. Paul offers a wealth of activities, whether it be for sports, academic. They do bonding and leadership programs for girls only and for boys only.
Right.
They also have co-ed programs as well. I do appreciate that Paul does have the dual enrollment program and that they do offer the scholars options to also not just hone on into one thing, but they're exposed them to multiple curriculums and multiple career options. So that way, if a scholar doesn't know what they want to do within their lifespan, they have the opportunity to explore different things, whether again, like it's cybersecurity, nursing, anything that they want to get into. I think Paul has a great foundation. I think Paul sets their scholars up for success all the way around. The counselors are wonderful. The counselors are there for the students all day long. If the student has a problem and they don't feel comfortable divulging it to teachers, the counselors are there. I do appreciate that Paul also has parent board members on the board of trustees of the school, which kind of gives us as parents a voice, and also a second ear. So those are some of the things that I would mention about Paul. Also, the location of Paul. Paul takes their scholars' safety very seriously. You are in constant communication as far as receiving information from the school, whether it's updates. They offer a wealth of incentives for the students throughout the week. If the students are on task and they're showing up in their uniforms, they have like certain things like dress down days. They have like a spirit week. They do have games like the teachers versus the students. And my scholar, she plays volleyball, and they have a volleyball game coming up with the teachers versus the students, which, you know, it helps boost the overall morale. Overall morale, excuse me, of the students. It keeps them engaged. It keeps them sometimes scholars can feel detached from teachers because they feel like they're so far removed. And I appreciate that Paul allows for that connection between the teacher and the students to allow them to know, like, yes, I am your leader, but I'm also here for you. And that's one thing that I can attest to over the years that I have seen, even in the transition from middle school leadership to high school leadership.
No. Well, Ms. Wood, you definitely have said a mouthful, and we definitely appreciate you just taking the time to speak on your experience here at Paul. So once again, for those that are looking for a really great school, enrollment season is officially open April 3rd here inside of Pirate Nation. Ms. Wood has told you all the great things, and of course, you're following all the great things that we do on our social media pages, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Ms. Wood, thank you again for your time. We really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.